Mama nyina ha makwaba edemoba Owia Kaseɛ so awia promtobre Kaseɛ na ne braso a efa he na esate adapa atwa no kreyinke afa precise 105.9 FM eno so ewo kumase na ye de wo stadium amekompe omamu nsem bi de editie de kapa de mfa konwura kruche e de agunguma mo semfo asemamra ya kroje se nyankopɔ ni so eno na apesemakafo baanu ye besi nkonwa ne nso abo akire e makomako e de amamo e wo benembo so me de to so makomako Dionu enumbusumi eye ne miensa emu ena yewrei ensmede ba besumo de edi mu akotene ne animu no bi ene se menemo Kaseɛ court abomoden ama gifti oware enkane NSS panyina no oda no ne nsama court no ode akoda court senka wonmo entwentwen no montu no montwa apia wo maye no court abatu abuse ni nyina so
Mpanyimfo de nhye bi eto akwan mu a yede ebehwe omanfo yade ne no na ode wani kyeremu ewo kolebu eresabia ni mu a opanyimpa wono na yebo kye ma abo amane se ewo se won mutumi tete adwumefo be se mpem nson ansa na atumi afiti ase
kokobonsam akode amashenkafo a mowo omayimu na mode DVL plate ni bi na na se DL plate ni bi na didwuma nse monye nsachaye wo musanse ewu
Edom kuma umrasile jefie ena won mo kire se empanyimfo de ato edwa aban oti edwa so yi wo se obeye Accra Kumasi expressway na no mo kire se ebo ene nhye efa ho no emu na opapa ntomu hia nkyiremu
sameje mfi ensem kreya de ato dwa se enkyiremu bia ni ho a ewo mo wo so mo de ma
na wonu mu a na eye adwuma e wo tivet mu wo mo de waka de egu fam na enso enne Wamosase omose konu won mu abe
yena no yenua no anase papa no asofo panyina abon mo eye roman asafo no mu enso eko Supreme Court on the denti e no makwa kopiem e wo Supreme Court
afoje to south empesua somra sebedwani ane wo kire se posi sahina wo ho no mo no yenyi no emfamfresanse wo ye galamsi
Abusia we any pina and ebetwa no kreyinke na fa www.owiatv.com Owia TV ewo Facebook Owia TV official ewo TikTok and afi Owia TV YouTube ye won mo a wonsa ebekan ti follow na share na fo adwenche fato efa maye abrak nkanfo baanu me abusia pani ousu atuomi mene
Nana Kwame Ajimano Pambo Abusian Fakasi Bomina se and confirm Jabirira Bank say one more be akwenya atwo ama onu tibomoden say wodi wani ebechirem wo ho na won so shares no watumi akotobi no abeye bank wura ya faithfulness yesese a wonso watumi akase ampa memfaso eni sanso na fixed deposit wase beye bi bosumi miensa bosumi nsia ane abosumi domi no nhye da ho a sika no ebe wotam ama adwumako de so yasrimu a yede Kaseɛ boyi eba
ententemwa yenchemu Kaseɛ no emu mene wo Kaseɛ obepiem ewo asante mantaman ma panyi kwanchefo a wonna woda wonma wo ye ntotoye ekruche din ye won ntotoye enema ewo ehyen ene nakoba edie ansam so mature driver and vehicle license authority DVLA owra Jerry Aflabo wode kokobonsam akọ ede ama obi odi hyen edijuma ewo asante mantama bia wose eye number plate aya na yede ebo ehyen no echi no no eye DV no mfi champion mienu ane aduonunum no ategua akwakwada ye mfi champion mienu ane aduonu ensian mu enhye fufuro bebre ane de aba ede fa ho a wa na wodi bi edijuma wo mfi champion mienu ane aduonunum no ebra so sawo de wani kiremu o driver and vehicle license authority empanyimfo won ma so ye se na ebe ya wo be kono akoye nsakyraye na mfi champion mienu ane aduonu nsia ye de omudi wudi wudwuma esefata se wode ebo ka chi na odi dwuma no no wonsa etumika wose we die obiri konfa no kyesabi wo pedi mpenti ene okokom nyamedua se wo mpene to empene no a eno anse wodi mirika na santemanta ma ba bia obenwu won maso ye ni bia wode wanu kutu awisi on mienu santam betu mirika na wakwakoduru won mo ama nhyehyɛ mapai wose wo mo yo no won mayo enye sade a ene enye obi nekumantwi obosiako ene wodi nti age akyerema oni Owia Kaseɛ ebo nkomo ema
bia no onim se beye first second week in January na afifofo no DV plate aba this year no enam say ye adwo say yes sisa ye number plate system nti na ye feel say bibia be go through nti no ema and now initially who says a new number plate no go through the demand for DV no in Quebec from kakra.
Okay.
But essence yeah legislative approval and a few other technical challenges it a new number system name to me ambaso.
Okay.
And see ma nyama of the normal structure kakra.
Okay.
And na ema yegu mu sebe amafo be continue use 25 DP no any DV no.
Okay.
But since I mean we can say you are producing enough DV plates since no aba our system no mo. And minim say also nim say bibi bana say ye ma ho kwan a o ma obi one yard na or ya for two enti e say ye start enforcement say be ya at least amount for ebesisa almost 25 no after 26 there enti oti a no kre
Abusua Owura Jerry Aflabo wono ene ye panyi kwankyerɛ for that driver and vehicle license authority one yete na no be wie kura wo kan kyerɛ kura no wo se wo besre we nye goro boys ye ene enye wo mo wa na montenten wa tutumri kafo ani krutu awi se o mienu santemo po wono mo office you enkomo obi ankonya da ntemo no koyo ododwom ena minya ho ena wo kɔ na kokuru che fabra wo se no de okoye ne sa de a nyi obi na kuma ntwi obo osi ako no odi nti age a kyerema
of ites ni ye anase o the license no sumo obi catch us oh for license suma me ya na the stick atare suma wa kai say after 6 years oba once any system ni mu no ye be buru kama obetua area obetua delinquencies ni ade nti no ena enya no nkwa the say o the suma obi eni say o the suma obi no renew ma because bia na nipa na odi akom odi ama so nyema no bia no anya de papa na ma there are situations a amanfo bebreba na say me inti ba ya me mo begina computer na chi na ma show o status o service history o say renewal ni sticker na mo de title e chire ni de obetumi nya bi wa bonte de atare chi ma na kan hu say eye test a requirement for renewal into bi catch us say oh fabra me ya ma hu hia so be eye test I say who say there's a red flag. And so one yes sir. Na say ebia otia ye one ya problem bia insurance as insurance for bema because the insurance for claims ni na no do na omo troba e ma ye verify say lines ni papa renew an papa. Nti say otia ye na say bisa na ye hwem na say anim a ye be trust anim.
Abusua we na oni omahene ya edibuachi ewo oria adechie so na Owia Kaseɛ ne ani krutu awisi ahwemienu santem etawo no ma ye chi bia ye kruchi ede ebremu yi
Board chairman Owia Teaching Hospital wonum ano Professor Titus Beyo wodi atu edwa se ye ka enhye hofra wonum pese wodi ye adwuma ewo man apomudimia ahodo no ana ewo se adokotafo ani apomudi adwuma afo ni nyina no wotumi ema wonum ntete efa ho se be ya se wonum fiti asese wodi sanhye ne ye adwuma ebetumi SCP na asita na asanso adimu wokyerese wodi wani echirimu Owia Teaching Hospital ho asesei obetumi akase adwumafo be sempem nson ene honko a wonmu a ewoso ye santetie ede ema wonum opanyi osanso ye mrasibe dwani wodi sanse tudwa wa bra na nsem ganafo ebosudwetre se wodi wani chirimu ewo ayresabia hodo se kope apomudin a na yaka akyewo se empani ho enam so emene kolebu ene ayresabia kase wodi wani chirimu ho sesi a wobekọ no na enipa de dafom ebi eda akonwam ebinom nso kra ba bia ewosenka dokotafo ne anesefo ne adwumefo no won mo fam won ho hare won wotimi ye adwuma no eho ene wodasani da woje ayarehwe ewo honom nano anama ganafo ebisa sedie nti anama ekoba ne sa se empani ho ase bibini a awose yetimi bo amane ntem so ne yehu se aha yedi wodasani kono empani ho anase yenya ayarehwe emfama no ne yetimi nya babi foforo ede no akọ eno ena abetodwa se enhye ya ewose won mu ye no ewose o mamu ni nyina yetimi nya command center bia ekoba se obi ato abrane na yemfa ne nko ayaresabia ambulance ne ekofa no ne yetimi enhye se aha ane ade nipa ne ekọ ne yakonso ebenya dokotani ama na hwe no ebenya nurse ni anwo ahwe no ebenya akande ede ahwe no oman ye nibi enti ekobasa asem tu obi pe na putuprumu a ye de ambulance kofa na eno anse yese yeresabe ye ben ye mfa no nko honom eno na mpanyimfo kire se wedie entwe ye wase yetumi nya ne nyina bi na no na professor Beyo eyiyi nsem ano no wodi etu edwase bibi se no ehu hia masika ehu hia mabre ehu hia madagie ye pa na ye ka wono mu a wo wayeresabe ahodo na enye nipa kuma bi o eno no wo chese kolebu nko ano ayaresafo a wase otumitete wono mu no eye mpem nson Cape Coast die mai wa ha die mai ni nyina enti na amaniema aka echi no wase omuguso ya ahoboa so ke kabom na se so pe wo behwe na sa nhye no watumi edi aye adwuma. Professor Titus Beyo say
political goodwill to get this operationalized. But as you would know, based on what I've explained, it is not something I can give you a simple answer that it will be operational tomorrow. Because we need to deploy the system in all 200 and something ambulances. We need the ambulance service to relocate their call center to this national command center. We need to get physicians and other people at the command center that will do an online sorting of patients and redirect them. We need to train staff. Kolebu alone has over 7,000 staff. We have to train them in Kolebu, do same in Konfanochi, Cape Coast, and all these other hospitals. So if I tell you that in 2 days or 3 days it will be fully functional, no. In the meantime, we are taking institutional steps to make sure that we make the situation better. This is what is causing part of this problem. Because within Kolebu, the board has given the directive that under no circumstance should the patient be turned away without triage. That's the point that is often missing in all this communication. Every patient should be triaged first for us to know their chance of survival, the urgency with which they need treatment, and if there is a need, stabilize before we work out where to move the patient to. And that directive must remain. We can appreciate the difficulties they are going through, and this morning we are working out with them to see how we can make the situation better. But in the meantime, each institution is rolling out measures to make sure that these occasional surges don't occur. But as for getting sudden surge in cases, it happens from time to time. In the best of systems in the UK, in the US, they get it. You can go in a major hospital in the UK and see ambulances in a queue waiting to deliver patients to the ER. Those things happen, but an efficient and resilient system.
Professor Titus Beyo wano na board chairman Edima Kolebu Teaching Hospital no wo de sansemi etun central fo animu.
Abusan ye nyina ye nim de ekoso awo Wesley High School a enam esom muslimi ene school no enjese awodo a akopie mu ewo court ne ade na lawyer bi ejina court reference lawyer Shafiq Osman a wodi eyesa atemu ebaye no wonte ase ho enam so meneme ne Okasɛ Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference ye wonom so ekɔ court wa boye frɛ bibi amicus Korea wonom akɔ ginam ewo court wonom na yenko na yene the president of Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference ye Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi enkodi enkomo ewo sansemi ho nyame nipa nyame asomdwe nka ho
enkan so
say apomu ye de wadama
nyame adom ye ho ye pa so
adom na bi na adom ya ye de wa ha wadama ye sre de ni abisa se na sesese ye de court amonso makodwane akoto yi ekiremu a na siye anase gina ya court ndi card baaye efa sa asem we hu na mobo enwoso wo hu
ye ni se court mfa se ndi abai mfa asem na asie fa yi sukuru sem no no Supreme Court mfa onya ensi agina e wa asem dia na wo muguso e ka no na ye wo mo asem ye de mo e ka ho se ye ne Wesley Girls Board of Governors ye Catholic Bishops Conference ye no wo mo nyina ye ta wo mo chi ni ya wo mo e ka no ka wo mo na akaye enti ya asem korona wo mo ye no ne ye nso ye yibi enti asem no ye ka ho bi ye no wo mo na ye de asem no nyina ko Supreme Court omodi Supreme Court no yem se ye ho aka ho so omo mfe nka ho na omo mfe enko Supreme Court woni bi so omo ye beka omo bia no na yem so aka ye
okay nice metiase a botae titiriwu a mode akopiem ewo court no se ne be ya mo benya atentrene ana
yeah Wesley Girls School Board of Governors and as a method is sorry what most schools were more area and what India will be at the court. Yes, we are no idea any year. Almost some more kind of here. Almost yes, sir. And she said, obviously, or more quiet, and this is a kind more accommodating and Sana. Yes, what some corona. Obi asande ye akọ na se ye nso ya asande akọ court enti ye ka omo ye baako na omo de ye court no omo de omo court no ye nso ye te se ni omo de ye akọ court kekeke
yenre owura yi wakopiem ewo court yi lawyer Shafik Osman yi na sama wo ka se afi apema ankono aduokunu emienu 1992 constitution no ema obia fa hodie ewo soma wodro awo sumu na western school yi Methodist asafo yi ehye se muslimifo ewo se wo mu kristofo ye bibia wo school mon ma wo mu de wo mu jim na so ye nuanu muslimifo de enye wo hye saa wo mu fa hodie ni niam bi etietia so no ekoba ne saa unsusu se ye ne wo ma ani ni yi
so you know mo di mi e para e se school so di se di enya sorry school eye ba di e de enkwa akwa ko gu a e de ntitie bi e ma omo a o man na hyehyɛ se mon ko school na mon ko sia saa di we mon ko sia saa di we na mon ko sia saa di we eno ene man no e de ma ye nyina na se asori bi ana Muslim fuku bi epese ni abansi nyina ye nhia no omo esande bi eka ho a entia ne a abansi omo enkyere na ma sa school na na se ikuo no omo ahyeda ate school ni bi se ne be ya omo ya ma na ehwehwe se ye no masu ni omo nso de omo entity ye sonko ebe ma sa ayi school for no na omo akọ enunti na asọrọ no any Muslim for kra omo so titi omo di nti ko omo school mu a tell ya omo ti omo kire ni aban aka nyina na ti omo Muslim suban ni omo titi ye ama nkwala na omo wo school no so na ye nso ye kire ni aban kire nyina tell ya ye nso ye disi ye de ka ho aboa enkwala na ama suban eni sunsun mpuntu akane ahye de ata ho enti eno nkire se obi sukuo no wate ne sei no ye saa ne ba ye betime de obi a nso de asa ba de ka ho ama na ye yi enti ne ye yi saa enti saa ne ye kire no
okay most reverend wada amade etwa to kra no se de ebi no mo kan se ya hwe ya na saa asemu ya nka enya asembie na ekoma asumdue a wo mayi eni da ho a yeguso a ye enjoy muslimi ni ye nuanu ye Christopher ntemi anra na akohihim saa na wo hu nana
we enze se de nsensendi aba asemo se de ba ni esemi Muslim fo wo mu suku niya Wesley for area no Wesley girls no but we yes I di papa wo ho enti no wusi da bi me ho de na ye na mo suku mu de na ma mo ye ya mo so mo pe na mo ma ne kwa na me so me ye ya me so me ye mi school na me suku mu de me ma mo ma me ye sa die bi eye de be e wo ho enti so ye ka se wo yes I na wo sisi ye ya na wo se tisia na me sisi na mpene dia me de mo be court enye na aye dodo enti se ni fashi asia ye obia de obia buo ni ani dia ewo e de man Muslim for do mo buo se e de maye e wo ye sukuu ya nso ya de buo e so mo e de ma mo e wo mo sukuu mu a e ga da papa ko le de ba na wo mo ka se me ho de ya na ye we na mo sukuu mu de me ma mo kwa ma mo nyesa ono ne hwan a wo ba de ka sa de a kire Nti so ka sa akire ni e ka sa dedi a na anya ntokwa ene ye de pe anase asomdwe ne ye se no na mo ndo kore a eda ho na o se e de tia se de sa manfo nyina ni bi ase nyina o so mo tia se sa.
Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi Papa yedase awie ne obre no adaje. Abusia na chese okwa president of the Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference wono ena yene na kobon komu na me ka bibi se a mixed schools aye Korea asechire nyina Latin kasa wo de ba poto kasa no se friend of the court na se ye kasa mu court ayonko asema ekoso wo court a enipa no onye mranim ni wanya adwuma wo court ho no mo na nso no office o wadansedie bi ene niema bi obetimi ede akoboa ama court no ejina ye ne nsem a wodie no akonkan no enu bi ene a miscus career ya ene Catholic Bishop Conference ye wo mo do mo akogim na asem ni nyina Wednesday guest ye mentime wase a ekosi ye wo misremifo a won mo ko school wo ho no mo no mpesa won mo som sade omo yenda na school no nso kiremu a Methodist asafo enu nti no wuntumi mfa wo pe ma me ye ne wo pe wo ho no ma ekopie mu court no enu na aba beduru samre ya ye twetwe eho enkomo yi
asem we no ese bese panic kunina ha
ye tase ne banim difo ano
ya hwe so a ekina bi obi nso ebesore se musumifo wo musuku no efiada bi omo ponte meboa ono so besore se bi a onu so e Kristo ni ba ko bi
we ni kwase agi ho achinyi sa wogi tum so be komate disasafo na ye musemini a yase uko Roma e di Roma no waye sa wo ye Kristo ni no afa tia masa wo kwa koya Allahu akbar muslimai wa yi ni bi untumi a fa wo som suku
ye wo Anglican bishop bi a wo wie school tia masa
we me Methodist na mko ye me ko Roman school mo abun se kwasi ada na akomren krenso kwasi ada ye dia sa wani o ye do team na enu ano no yenko
awuze ye to akase bo no eso edankuma mra shibedwa fie ena wono mo ehese Kumasi Enkran Expressway project bia abanya wote edwaso bebo amaniese enche wode hyeso no eniema bi ekoso ewumu a emuna ho no nti no ehu behia amase wono beto nsa ede afre aban waba be cheche ni mama Ghana fo nyina atimi atiase eyie nene ensentwofo nhima wono mo eyeye no ononyamfo Kennedy osenya akoyemra hyiredwani a ogina ma de hia wo achimsuedro empesua so osanso ye ranking member eba akwan ene kwantempon committee a ewo emra hyiredwafi eso na wo kyerese saa dwumadie no eyade se esunye papa ene nya dwuma bi abetumi akase ye niema ni bia na so bia na ye de aprapra ahyeketa ase ne ye ne yesene no osi da bi wuntumi enye ne saa bibise ya na sika komuye papa na owura Kennedy osenya kon kyerese se kobase wono mpese wo ye kwan ne kura enye de ya se de kwan ne kase sitie nti no ankofo bi wo ho a wono masisi adan ewo kwan ne ba bia efa ebinuma ye agapade pi na ewo ho no mu ase agapade ne wo kwa akose no ewo se utumi tua mpatasika ete ema wono wo si besi sabri empatasika ebekomu aban mu amane sika wode koye ho adwuma ompese obebodin ama mansan atumi atibie ene wabobode ahye na motom no no nko a ade krata no enam saa eno ene wo kyerese wo se won mutumi ba na obebo amane ma Ghana fo tumi ti ase ye na wo se eno nso kra na nchen se wo sika won di kohyemu a na ewo se nkankontabuo mu ni aban kom masika no enfempinu ni aduonu nsia ni mfempinu ni aduonu enson ewo se nko odi hyem ema won mu hu eno nso mante ho asem bia eno nti se aban ne nya ahoboade a omana ni nko ekwan a won mu trem efiri Kumasi ekọ nkrane ho esense wode mpepere ho ebekwa akokase obeyi ekwantempon foforo ensem bi owura Kennedy osenya akon editu
the talk of the town and minority want to make their position clear. Government has proposed the construction of the Accra-Kumasi Expressway, which is expected to cover approximately 198.7 kilometers and has been described as Ghana's first true high-speed expressway, capable of reducing travel time between the two cities to approximately 2.5 hours. While the ambition to improve connectivity between the two major economic hubs of Accra and Kumasi is commendable, and several critical questions remain unanswered. At present, the total cost of constructing the expressway has not been disclosed, However, based on the preliminary drawings and route indication that government has publicly referenced, it is clear that the proposed alignment passes through heavily built and densely settled communities along the corridor. This raises an important physical questions. If the government intends to construct a 6-lane expressway, it will inevitably require a very wide right-of-way, which means that a significant number of homes, businesses, and properties will have to be acquired and their occupants compensated or resettled. Government must therefore inform the Ghanaian public about the expected cost of compensation and resettlement associated with the project. Without clarity on this component, it is impossible for policymakers and the public to properly evaluate the true financial cost of the expressway.
Abusia Kennedy was saying yakon mrashide dwane wo gina mu ade hye wo akem suadro and wo de sansemi tudwa e wo mrashide dwafie
na owura sami jamfi ababonten ama edomkuma wo man Ghana mrashide dwafie ensem bia etwagu awo monten so se aban ndi si aban won bi push ya won mu eyi akwan ahodo no sabio ye fra bibi so sourcen ni nyina ene se won mu nhyedam ye won makwa bam ema won mu se fata so betimi aye adwuma no obi amfa ne krata ma no ma hwem no ma hunde se efata nom de amana na emum kontakre ankrankra wogina wo mu fi se eduma wo nom de ba ma nom de amana wo mu anye bibia ewum sade o man Ghana mra no procurement enje ne esitie na eno na aba betodwa sa me no ekase o man Ghana sika fufure yo pepema biosom yensa 73 billion Ghana cedis e sika obahwe contract awodro maako be se bio wotwe baako a aban di ama ehyemu a ni nyina no wo man hyeda amiemu amanipa amehwe owura sami jamfi ede ababa to abonten se menka na memfa nkyere mo se ensam a etwaguo ni nyina no kura bia ni wa ewom wose no kura kitikiti se kura no wunya no ewo ensam a won mo kan mo wose edurumre bi ai andisi amanyoko no sori gira won namro so ema won mo kon ya won mo kasa ye editi asa poto kasa me kan so sourcen say yede adwuma ema nipa baako abra ye miemu ema won mo betumi ayo ema ye no nanso no won man kasa entia hia ene kwampa pa ewo so betumi afa so na betumi adi sa adwumadie no amna yi ende o man kasa entia wose ene ye yera onimonyamfo governance Kwame Agboza wayo sofo re kwan ne akwantemponsem so anamo a wotu bia efa pushi ho ene kontraja wode ama bia no eye so sourcen no wafa kwampapa na mpanyimfo ani ntini atwetwe wure wo mu a wose won mo de wo mani kruji hwemu na won mo esanye edi aye akagiramu no won bia so adi hu dwuma asabe won mfa akobua ne kana sichie kwa bia so ena eyo wotu mire ne wo kiresie sasa wore swame aye interchange nsamso yi kontonkra ne ya aye ofanko nsamwa mu adanta ene dodoa ekwan ene ade a enye se wo mo de ama contract foforo da bida wo mo aban dadande ma wo mo no ye na mmom no won ba ya wo mo behyem kena sane be ya wo behwe ama ne matimi akoyie eno nti nene won mo ye nti ne etwagu wo monten so a motie se yesi so sen ne ene ade no wo se nokra bia ni ho a ewo mu ewo ehonom na edomkuma na me no ka se won mo nso asa babonti biem ama kwadu na neguso a ekoso a wo mo de bo aban ya wote akonwam yi kwadu fofora aba na efri onmonyamfo osenya akowo na wode ababa tudwa ni nyina ekiremu a wo se aban na bomode yinani atwi nani sankrani a wo ye no yiye wo pomo eso de bredi yini moto mu eno asom na no se sonsom ye busua na ni nyina akwakofa district road response initiative ye 20 ane kan se drip program wo mobeka ya abra kwadu befra bembo na ban no adi mfidie kunkunfan a ye de bo modi ya abonhwamuo eyi akwan ene ade a 20 ane friends drip yi wo mo ade beso mo man Ghana mensra wodo ni nyina obi anya ane de ne no ena owura yi a wono egira mo de matemamufo a wono akim soado abato mpesua so na eba eye ba so abedwaku a womo man Ghana mrahye bedwafie omre ya kwan ene akwantempon ensem so a wakakuo no ho wode tudwa no wo kiremu se aban ne bomboden wofa mabunu emfidie awodo ene ade nyina sane ebe ya emabunu se emfidie no wotekima na ntiye ne yampa ombebo moden no mo siesie na atimi aye adwuma wade sane yepe no nanso aban ba ye no ofie ni wa won mo omani ama maburu nyina me ne wo kasai won madwuma abɔ won mo makɔtena fie ɛno no no nyamfo yie eja dom kuma nanim na waka no de ato aban nanim sa aban ne mo no so kakra na ɛsɛ nyanya na do so dodo saa de a wo yeyi ɛbɛma sɛde mpatamu ɛne nkronkito ma mamuo ne titiri akwan ɛne sɛde nneɛma besia akɔ no ɛbɛbɔ ntepo a entimi nkɔ ne saa watetro kɔ adi na wɔde asoa ɛn.
Previous government procured a road construction machinery for all the 261 district assemblies, ensuring that each assembly had the logistical capacity to undertake basic roadworks and make feeder roads motorable. This was complemented by the deliberate policy to decentralize feeder road operations by assigning engineers to the district level to provide technical oversight and ensure proper management of the equipment. In addition, prior to the deployment of the machinery, young Ghanaians were taken through intensive state-sponsored training program conducted in collaboration with the equipment supplier to equip them with the technical skills required to operate and maintain the machines. These individuals comprising operators and coordinators form the backbone of the operational framework of the DRIP initiative. However, since this government assumed office, he has taken the decision to dismiss most of the personnel, and this has stalled the operationalization of the DRIP program in the districts. The consequences of these actions are evident on the ground. Across many assemblies, the DRIP machines have been parked and remain idle for over 15 months due to the absence of operators. As a result, feeder roads that were intended to be improved under this initiative have deteriorated, leaving many communities with unmotorable roads and worsening access to market, healthcare centers, and other essential services. While a central DRIP secretariat has been established to coordinate the program, it appears to lack the necessary financial and logistical support to effectively drive the implementation. This disconnect between structure and resource has further stalled the realization of the program objective.
Abujafo ononyamfo osei nyako akem swedro mrase bedwani abedwako a wonhwe akwan ede akwante mponsem so wo man Ghana mrase bedwafie ofri edom kuma na fam ene yete ninka no adwumefo mo share technical and vocational education and training TVET ase ana wonom abo amane se wonom ate atuane nso efiti enedue konkomodie kakra akoso hodom a wonom befiti ase na afei wonom atumi akoye wonom adwuma na TVET a wonom ehye Public Service Workers Union adwumakuo no emu no bosmi omni de tosudum yensa ana wonom bo amane womo enam divisional IMC secretary Ura said bochi so ana modi tu dwa se wonom adwumafo na wonom ehye Public Service Workers Union adwumakuo no nyina no wonom mfo wakande engufo nkopem se de wonom pe wonsa ebetumi aka na wonom ai wonwadwen senkenedue ye kono ananka ye kire no ema ne musu pa nanso wonom ekire senkomodi e course ntino akurase maka nanso menwe anu ntino atuate no enya emaso wonom anhye dan kire de ko depoti a womo pe eti afri mpanyimfo nkyenti a enam so anka wonom eti atue nanso womasem kakra mo pone ho eyese womone mpanyimfo adia no baba yesa akyere yie yenkomra asentiase anya adwuma efa wonu dwuma wonu edi TVET ni mu eho anunti na atwa akowie se de aduru no aduru de edinti wonu de wakande ebegu fom ane se mpanyimfo to nsafre omo a enkomodie akosu enti no wonu echese wosanso ekotoa so na waye wonu mo adwuma na Owia TV any divisional chairman Edema TVET and afei se Oko Public Service Workers Union ni mu nso a weye emukanifo Owura Robert Amoncho edi enkomo ane yebisa ne se enkomo ni mu no anamon kakra bai ana wonum atunu wo chese baby ekeka kono aduru bunu mu a wonum ani so ekwane enkomo no eko anu nti nam so a wonum atwe asensan ne nsem a ode to yenim
different organizations are ya Ghana TVET service. And you know also bia ekita ni promotion criteria and as a format. ansana ya be back me yemfa ne say ISS OIC MBTI GES technical schools any community development any nyina ya be back na be Ghana TV service obi a okwan na ofa so ye ni promotion ni nyama ba ye ba fa kono e be ye back no as a Ghana TV service saa nyama no se de be a ye be fa ekwan back a ye di be ye promotion ye welfare issue delay sama nyama a be ye we bufu abam any other concerns enti about say trauma management and about say my response in term until na strike no ye dey to form but nyame ya enura say luckily enura no the management ehia enti assurance say nya free management hall actually say nyama ya kan nyina no amu ebedi ho ndwuma maye enti enu ntikura ye wo process so ye ebe issue new letter say ochina obia and badru enana on say ko say Friday na be start Friday a holiday Monday and run say a holiday and then I one day pay management for fair ya kasa ya bibia ato asomo enti enne ya kasa the strike na wo but you be issue directive enne ochina you be kwajuma based on assurances yenya from management say issues no be resolved until ochina you be kwajuma
Abusia divisional chairman Edima Tivet ena ehye adwumakuye kan say public service workers union tewu ekuonu emu ni nyina so ehye TUC emu na panyi a wode sansemi tudwa ayura Robert Omoncho na wo chechire nsemu no
abusia yemfiri Robert Omoncho ensem mu na yemonwura mu e wonsem foforo suhu apoema ntam ene ye kwakwa na menu ekasei ene ayasabia fefefefefe no kwasem nie a yebehwe nkwada na aboa ama mofra yeye no masetema konkan pa na bodoma pa hontoma na ekoba nsei se de bie sika nse bibi 40 minya akwase broni na dwen no emu kwatampa kaye nse ba bie da so tete ne da so tetare opanyini nidi ade aya Robert Dawson ye Hertford Dawson Dr. Hertford Dawson na fi champion mienu ne aduonu ani du 9 mu 2014 and wode na ni chiremu Ghana hanmo sa poe mantam aya sabia ho na okwan no gore sade mofra pa kwanye fa so hwe wo ni nakade ne ade toto na dense ne niam basa eno no oda nani ade nani echire ni kuro ma wo ye na dwese da bi we di obetu ho anamon na wahwe na eku a wo no ede aba wo mu ko ne eye NG we nsha ban bi ase was love without wars odo achese eni eye pampim bia na ekotwa mu ahia bia eno ene bia beso Ghana for so ene me no kasai ukopiem ewo suhuma one mababa si broni cancer modern children medical and wellness center ebeboa amankwada ahwe omu ya ebo ni jama American dollar broburu no obem ahasa aduanan 340,000 US dollars ye ene omode ababa si sa ayasa bia yi na owura won na oda ano medical superintendent Dr. Ahmed Tijani.
This Children's Medical and Wellness Center will not only serve the people of Suhum and its surrounding communities, but also provide essential healthcare services to travelers who ply the Accra-Kumasi Highway, given the strategic location of Suhum Government Hospital. On behalf of management and the entire staff of the hospital, I wish to express our deepest appreciation to Dr. Dawson, the board chairman, and the board members of the Love Without Walls. While we celebrate this milestone, I would also like to respectfully appeal to individuals, organizations, and benevolent societies to support the hospital in other critical areas. These include the provision of new ambulance, the renovation and retooling of the maternity block, as well as the supply of the additional equipment for this newly commissioned children's block and wellness.
Abusia Dr. Ahmed Tijani Suleiman medical superintendent ewo ayasabie ye ewo epoema ntem ne yeteni nken na nyina mu no ukopie mu a aban krache panyini a wo no mo Suhum municipal chief executive eye ononyamfo Lydia Ohene wa no se Say I kono keke. We die ade nanka edin pa. Say enza betimi asoso na ababa bedre na wabo one more Dr. Hartford Dawson and afeyi mpanyimfo a one more mpatamu a wo mode wo bani kutu we say di ntemu ehwe ma dwumadi awie payu ya.
This children wellness center no ebe make a great impact in the municipality because ye share ye nkoro mo municipality ni mu no ene yare ahodo a eba na ometu wo ho asi ho ababaye this development amaye no yani so ye pa ebetimi abo ama ya wofo sometimes kra na debia meka say healthcare environment ne kra timi ma wo healing into ye share this at the strong ko maje ebeboa the old facility na we are saying say yani so bebre government ne so any so and yen crying say now the assembly no doors are open to cooperative omoye ready to assist and
Abusia eno no Lydia Hinewa na enweche no na Dr. Oyebroni Dr. Hartford Dawson ye a obeye na de no sia ai wonde onima bibifo pa ade pa e cancer maintenance ensiensie se de ye nimi dwo no obesere we mi emfa nko ho ya momode ne yami ani nko ho pa se ne ebe ya ye betumi awo ne yasiesie na ne ma akonkan afei eye ambulance de amokan ambulance no said ye sikofa nipa ntam so de kwa ya sabia ma ekwaje ayahwe no obese pamfomfom ani kutarisi ehwe ne nsiesi awodo ne niam e woso mu yobia no wo munye mfamfa ho said ye be ya ebebo ya sabia ne ayahwe.
I think that we will even have beds. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that in collaboration with Dr. Ateng and our fundraising efforts, we have secured over 60 beds. And not just with any mattress, a high-density, top-grade mattress, because God told us that the children in Sahum must know that He loves them just as deeply as He loves the children in America. We have, I think, over 13 restrooms. We were well aware that some of the mothers would stay here night after night. But the Lord said we had to prepare for them. So they also have restrooms to shower if they stay overnight.
Of that was Openi Awutia ano Dr. Hartford Dawson one year training king.
Afaja to South Tempesi Asumra Sibijani Eyura Frank Free Wadiatu Ejase Sawoshe Omeya Okwa Yesai Ewo Galamsi Meche Ekwamboni Nipa bi Efaso etu Efuma Gudia Nesuna Ayadese Yesai Wakone de Nensono said ye person kisi konko den na yetu eso esan yenyanesa anunti wano de was sesan kebeya anka posifua omeyi ehye won mu nsase obetumi aboban na obehwesa abonefosam enkoso nanso won mu nsase ene miamia hodo a won mu hweso akoba ne sagalamse ni bi ekoso ho no anka yenyi won mu nyina emfamfiri honom na yemfa bambofo fofronko na won mu nkoya jimna ditri pa ane commanders no esanse ye de ba bi hya wonsa emu ajapade empemprade ne de ka ho nyina eyewo se bamboni no na wohwe so na woye edom so sahene na akoba ne se yetu galamse ni bi na ntumi ntu ase de a anya na akoye se nkoda akofa nanka ade abafie na omowe sebi yebu nanka hwefo na wonso ye de wo ka ho ebienu achi no owura free ye sanso de ato nan mahemfo animu se wonmfo won ho nyimbi sebe ya galamse no yebetumi atu se sanse wode abasobo ekọ edema otumfo oseditu a wotoso mienu asante mawura efa nensem ode tu dwasesa wo ye ohene na oma kwan de ho koyehye galamse nimu a adese wonso yebetu ade so no.
It's mind boggling and it's inexcusable. It is mind boggling and it's inexcusable. It is mind boggling and it's inexcusable that galamse is going on in certain communities and the chiefs are there. We must appeal to the National House of Chiefs so that special KPIs will be given to these chiefs, that anything that goes on within your jurisdiction, you must be responsible for it. And I commend the Otumfuo very well, where at least we have seen him removing some of these chiefs from their throne. We must scale this up to the national level. And indeed, police commanders, service chiefs who are in the various district assemblies, it is their responsibility to make sure that these guys who are destroying our environment are checked You have no duty to be a police commander if you cannot do these basic responsibilities. It is mind-boggling.
Abusia we afaja to South Mpesia somra shibejani Owura Frank Afri aseminti yeko awmaso yani yira Richard Kumado edi enkomo oye fraud and security expert. Open you are high.
Minamidase.
Ye baby sase enka galamse koso baby na me ye posi sahene na mintumi nko ya enka transfer de enka simu sei.
Oh, yeah, one bizarre question you. I am confused and the bizarre name.
Yeah, me pesa ye huni se afaja to South mrashibejani ni wo kire se enka post commander se amode da me ahodo aye illegal mining na no. Se omuntumi ntu ase de a anka yen transfer won mu fan free ho.
No, I need the responsibility of the police commander to arrest or unravel Galamsey. That is number one. Say Galamsey man naimos anamiwa.
Sure.
Number two, say I can't say Galamsey a crime dia. It deserves law enforcement dia. Papa police na the first line of action. Say about law enforcement. Na Nyakobani say IGP Christian Tete Yehonumba no Mikai say they made a lot of transfer of police officers within certain specific areas. What is also important in say enya Galamsey issue but as a police officer o chawo baako bebre na create problem amount. Particularly baby Galamsey one other say on be compromise you and I say on be create safety issues amount. And it is all can say uchawo fako bebrea you free it is perfectly right. But I mean all those decisions are the determination of the IGP. A IGP never determination of who is transferred, who is moved, and who is not. Other than that, also true say they send people to specific regions specifically for certain assignment. And we are now you free. And that is the general outcome of what happens within law enforcement and why people are transferred and people are not transferred.
Utie de no kana no beso wo chese asa Galamsey no kra ne kono ya de bia eye basic for the bambofo ne so betu ho na mo.
Ana say you na months for easy akaba this na months anya na ejuma wi. Ana me boa
asem na no waka no.
Na say na months for mo dey report about almost all the time.
Sure.
And some names are arrest be brave. Okay, say Galamsey fight we start here. Now some of us of the view said the IGP's special task force should be part of the team. Say politicians are no can say we don't need the IGP special task force, but it should be solely Naimos.
Aye.
Yes. Say nini among politicians na kokan say they don't need the IGP special task force. So the police people have been withdrawn. Now leading force. But say can Galamsey as a frontline crime dia baby bia community will be a police for and your police for need the first line of call about issues about Galamsey. Then we are talking about different things. But say I can't say it's so easy and can say by this time name of former we or juma.
Na opani ediebenti na besi sabri ya tibambo fu asrafo
political influence. You don't know. Are you not aware? MPP time, Operation Vanguard was doing so well until politicians called them back. Have you read Fripon Boate's report?
Sure.
It is right there. There was a post I saw. I haven't checked, and I cannot speak directly to it. But say I'm part there, and there's a President Mahama can say Nikro will be here. Anna.
Aye.
Suppose now and I have not checked, and I don't know whether it's true, but say true, dear. Then the president acknowledged
yes.
Some of his people are involved. Is that not it?
Yes, Mampani Ankasa Diatum.
Oh, really? And he say I'm part there. Then Mampani can say some of his people are also involved. I have always maintained there's a Galamsey, there's a political influence, there's a personal influence, there's a business influence, there's an investment influence. And there's a national interest. We interest in Africa, national interest. About this time, The
man for BBC say, Mampanina, a babambo, a dumaku to Sasraf 1 year, dear. Penimpa Utiano, or sending call for Yebi. The Ghana for Binubizane say, some Mampanina Cassa soon the any antimum for the Abayah.
No, and yes, sir, Mampanese, so Mampanese can say the canker has gone way beyond what you are thinking. MPP time, you can say that we are your mom no. About do time, yeah, we will need a lot of resources to be able to deal with it. They say, yeah, Neil say yes. They didn't mind us. And that's what we could do here. But these guys have built capacity, they have expanded, they have enlarged. About take a lot of resources. But many I say, Galam say a crime and say, the court who is supposed to fight it. Is that not it?
Sure.
And he said, Attorney General and as a Chief Justice of be specialized courses. Nasa courts, including the tribunal, on by 24 hours. So, because the justice system is so good and as so important when it comes to crime prevention and fighting of crime. And in your opinion, about fighting crime by the court system. And who represent the court on behalf of government is the Attorney General. And to me, this is the way it works. If the Attorney General can go to court and the justice system will come alive, many of the crimes we face in this country will be stopped.
Opinion where dear, you be jam work on no. Nana mo hemfo aye kan. Wo nso ntumi nhye mra bi nka se me ha untumi ntu galamse ni bi ma etu ntwa.
No say there are some communities that the chiefs are the first line of defense.
Sure.
There are some communities the chief will not allow you. And the question now, say, if there are some communities the chief will not allow, why is it that in some communities the chief are allowing it? Say there are some community, I think this man's place, this MPP man, Apiakubi's place.
Yes, and the Apiakubi.
And the Apiakubi. Said in Horno, the boys have formed like a vigilante group.
Sure.
Yeah, to me, can't say vigilante, but then community security group. There was a day, Apiakubi Momusika, key point, or so, mom 10,000, I said 20,000. Almost say Horno, because of Coco, Nissan, and Obaha, they will not allow you.
Sure.
The community boys. And so some communities are doing something, others are not. Ubavota region, there's no galamsey. They will call thunder. They will call fire and thunder on you. You will ask which God give birth to you. Exactly, because some of the chiefs are also participating in it. Did I not it? Okay, I said recently, you see, this Biana MCB cancel Omuji toes.
Aye.
Now, Omuji toes, I said, this assembly Omuji's are toes. Say, yeah, be Musunya, some 1 or 2 back door, Biana.
So, Calafia Kakrebi do home.
And she said, I can't say, the dear Gloria, I have a dear Grovat. So, you can't party. The same way, our voter region chiefs will not allow, and the Apiakubi's place will not allow. There are other chiefs who will not allow. National risk assessment involving galamsey. There are 2 regions in Ghana, there's no galamsey. There are other 2 regions that are very vibrant. There are other 2 regions that are very mild. Niakanina are very active. And you have chiefs who own the lands and community leaders. And to me, this is where we are.
Yeah, but that's Papa and
Thank you.
And you didn't call you Richard Kumado or your fraud and security expert and a Noko boss uncle Winty. I was yeah, the coffee physical, nay, dear.
Yan fanfana Antwa ni bobon money a pepper and
so yeah, would groom and what must say, I was some womb.
There be some from Mumma. Just from
now, fear with me, yes, no. Was it just after one?
Now we are tan on that one, fear, yes, no, tan but young mom point, that's a bro, Sabus, Sabu Kura, meaning Sabia, what bay so tossum and senso, or better, or ye Metia do say and program where cost not Simon or Semensa, Santimantem so for no, and now we are saying the 2 names of Walker saying Cratamiansa, if Rabemwa Basse won't betray the Biase, or Megaram say, or say a Santa Region Minister, and yes, I mean interference. They will make you pray in your prinfa. Me masasi so, me woman to the net, and to the china. Assassin Akadahon, Meneman and me did so. To say, I hear me and we are booming, et me who say Yansanaya. Into Mamma Cano, Edia, Yan Trasso. Yen famamu ewo ehono na yenko kunsu wioso ewo ahafo ano south west mensrimu timemufo obosudwetiri wo mo se wo no dwabi mfinhia besenum ne yesi awia boso aye bibia awia wo se ebie ne de ma adwadifo ma ne mema ekodi dwa ane ya de aka ye kradu atum se kabo nya de aye ebie na no mo se na no de ade a na ba bie di dwa nye ema hunidi ekura nko yie Emmanuel na ye ton no kura nya nyina so ne ade nye si dwane aboso aye bibia kama ne di kredo atum ya emu ada ne nwura ene ade to wabesre empanyimfo se wono mra wono nsra ba mu no mmebie ma wo nkodi dwa wo
yo so ehia edwa ya ba be si edwane bi amaye awa mfire be se enumunie intimin commission inti ene me committee chairman me free yoso ipese enkafiri emre kwa kakre ya assembly no ememe bi edwane maye ni enidwa ipese edwane de udi dwa no kura na ubenya mfaso tisi nso benya mfaso ama bibi ebetimi ehie bibi okuru hanom kura na omutim de abababua inti me stress omobi edwane maye na yoso ye ho kire ye wo eno matom
how bebre to the extent say ha no nse wo krokituam obi kura bibia a opese obeto no odwan mu a because of edwan ni honi nti no emwa ma asetena ni system ni mu nkoso ena edwa so de e wo se aha so ye center so far as high center there was enya dwa e betime di dwa wo ma beboa ya ma ya nkasa ye di dwa no so aboa ye ne ho aheha ye
how bebre na bele amaske ni ha na se bi kura omu ba ha no ne be di ho nkomo nso mu ko ya nche hunu ehum ya bia e ba nti esrese de aban be je obaba ba su ya sene na obi ama ye na yesu ye nya be edidwa aha nsuo to ebo ye ne ade ade enwa ye ha ye ne ma nsuo to ye ha ye nti eja yesra ba se ohu ye mobona omaso ya sene na omi ma
madawuluma mama bua na mumie dwa no ema ye ni ntu ni enko edu branda bia nko fo be ba ba be digwa wo ho na me dwa na ye kese te momo aye madawuluma na ha ye no so mo be dwa na ma mbobua ye dwa ma ye na ye tuako
Obvia tibemfo wo kunsu wioso ene yete wo monka wo no srempanyfo se momabue edwa no emfama wo mo
Casual workers binwa wonom ewo Tamale Central Aresabia emu ana wonom echese womo de wakade egu honom esanse bosumi numuni ana wonom akatua emaye wonom echese se wo hwe Aresabia nimu a womo ene prapra wo sisi wo hwesa honidie won sansem ebetumi areto yie kama nanso ekom ya bosumi numu a yentia wonom kade o manka wuhia empanyimfo emia wonom pa antini wode wakade egu enam so ama oko Aresabia mu a wose May ward babia nkwadada ene babia sebe yeje yenuano ma awosi ehonye nika kra wae tantantan na pampansu firi ho ba no enye kra na eno na opanyina wono etwetwerofo opanyin ede ema wonom eye Adam Suleiman Baba one nsentwerofo kasa no wo chese waye adwuma ache bese emfie dunumuni nanso ekwan a yede wonom faso ntwayi ntina ma ho akohia one with the wakadie.
And we even went to our management. We have a problem with our salary. And we work for almost about 5 months a day. No salary. And due to that, that's why we went for strike. And we even went to our management during the Ramadan fasting. We went to them and explained our problem to them that this Ramadan is not a lot of money. So we need them to pay us our salary so that we'll be able to do the fasting. When we went to our medical school, he promised us that he will pay before the Ramadan. So we waited until we have started the Ramadan without receiving our salary. We thought maybe when we are going to celebrate our Eid al-Fitr, maybe they will pay us for us to use it for our Eid al-Fitr. So it's left for about over one week to the Eid al-Fitr. So we went to him when we asked him about our salary. He also gave us another chance. That we give him another chance for almost 1 week to see whether he can gather money to pay us or not. Then that is why we also told him that if that be the case, if he didn't get money to pay us, we are not going to work until we get our money. And we also have information that they have paid the pharmacy people, pharmacy casual workers. So for the five months that we are saying, the pharmacy has no any arrest with the hospital. Before this medical soup came to the hospital, he said that he realized that always when we had a problem with our salary, we don't have arrears. Also due to that, he decided to break it down. So he grouped us to categories. So we pay it in badges. We accepted is that he should do it. So the first time he paid the first batch, then he paid the second batch, third batch he paid us. The next payment, he paid only 1 month to the orderlies. And the following, he paid 1 month to the other list and 1 month to the pharmacy. The next payment, he paid pharmacy without paying the other, without paying the other casual workers. The third month, he paid the pharmacy without paying the not the other casual workers. And the fourth month, he paid the pharmacy without paying the other casual workers. So that's why we also decided that I think that this is unfair to all the casual workers. That's why we also decided to seek on to embark on salary, embark on this strike.
Anti akatiana ya popping and jabbing, you two near the asha, near you near the asha, and a coso. We a your penina was share and to Tieso, when we see Apumidin Bia, a war, Tamale Centra, Sabiano, Emu, one church for Adam, Sulemana Baba.
Osanabo sumenumu ne da neto so aduonu mienu wo finchampi mienu ane aduonu nsia na beto dwa se era gifty or mensa na National Service Secretariat NSA woye empanyimfo abono ye adwuma wo no bie wo mo de kwadu ebo no se wafa kwam bone so amoman no aboka kwadu ba ko no kro no eye mienu sikasamu dwade a wani ne kwampapa so miensa ana afeye kwam bone a watimi afa so ama wode o mayi adwumaku a woye mu adwuma no ede enya wono an ho twom ene ade ne kwadu o magyeche ede abono ho no a na wono modi asam na ekosi se na ewrai ebo modin emansamanfo din ahankono aduokono empem nkono ahankono aduasamiensa 9934 eye samanfo a wo mo ntiase anya adwuma enso wo mu din ewo National Service Secretariat won ma wo mo agi akatua eno kwadu a na wo ma wasam na ma akwaduru ba bi akoto hyeye se wo mo modin na wo mfa na dansefo a wo pese wo bedi adanse e wo sa asemi hu ede ma no emfa emra eno na ne mra nim ni a wo gire mo ede ama no o yewra Gary ni makomafo ede atudwa na kode kokoto okotie mu se ansa na saa asam de beba kra no wo modikan akokoto a bo no sha koto se koto mo saa ensem we na ase wo no mfa wo madansefo no emra no entu enu ntinka wo se koto no etwen kra esanse ko ban saa na re o men amamra na eye ne client aye friend say gifty or mensa no wo mu tietia ne fa hodie so a ene no ense emfata e wo ho no na enso me ne wo ekasai koto na kwa atenase ama wo mabone nsam no atoagu sa ensam a wode aba ni nyina so won ko fa na dance fo mfamra no media dance e wo nsam na ekoso ho no a ofoisu obosome epri ne da etoso dunum e no ma kyese asam na nkasa no ombesa aba na wono aba betena so biem ewe yemfa na se emfa emma Dwabinwura Bank a wono aso yasene na yede kase ebro misisi kase mu dwadie die wusa wono agya wadwo na obekwa akotwa besia wodi didwa besia wodi hye dwadie mu kena besia wodi eboa ama wonuma etimi akonkan no wono gina brane danso wona afo miamfinje bia na ba ko ni kaboni bia no afiri womo ama aba yate yete na ye ne mapapa ya baso bode e na ebu wono so womo se shares no wono biem a sese no womo ton eno nti obetimi abetobi no aye shareholder star 389 star 984 hash star 8389 star 984 hash na wa follow instructions no what of form se wie adokodokode ne niam bebre ene wo a ye scholarship nyina ka ho a wonsa ebeka bi first deposit 3 months, a year 6 months, 12 months. Ni nyina so ye di akagire mu ye ni ye pa. Mfa so pewa ene no so wo a afene so na nasa bosome miensa no so bosome nsia no na usika ne enya nsi hu bebre e wo ho no mo. Ubetumi afre yen e wo 0242 387498 0242 387498 we are not weni achem ewo links eye makeup salon na wabomodin na wakotwitwi wanim no na ye fefe so re ye mema ene ejina kasamfonyi so ye adwuma se de enwasi aye fe ya eye links o sokoban daban ko wedding awo ye bibia o sa tete eye nkrofo mpese o musu adwuma no obani abrepa ne nsa no ye kamenti ko ne ne no enkodi dwuma ewo ehonom ewo obambo ye mpon
Abusunya de kase woni nyina esi wo ha na asenkoma newsroom abuafo enyina kosu asomu akuko jando na afi director ayobapa ya Grace Simon na afi nana ya nom ani piki womo ani chinchin fidie ani Mr President Emma Itumi de kase bui eba yesamufo ayura Benedict Asante yeboa akenkanfo ne yemme nana Kwame Ajman Opambo mene
Abusia Penny Owusu Adiomi.